Welcome to next video in the C tutorials. In this video, we are going to see topic on array. So array is defined as like it is used to store multiple data of same data type into a single variable. So arrays is of like for a single variable, we are going to store multiple data, or you can say we are going to give multiple values to that single variable. So this is the thing which is known as array. So this is a simple thing we have seen the before. So it is when we give like this, it will going to store only single value. For multiple values, you need to give like you need to give open and close square brackets. Inside it, you need to define the size of array. So size of array means how many values you need to give to array. So that is known as size of array. Suppose I want to give 5 values, then inside, so it is a size of 5, so inside we need to give number 5. So this is the way we can give the array, or we can initialize the array. The array is of types like one dimensional array, two dimensional array, and multi-dimensional array, or multi-dimensional array you can call as three-dimensional array. So when we compare these types, like one dimensional is array which is similar to sets in the mathematics, and two dimensional array is very much similar to the matrices in the mathematics, and multi-dimensional is also quite similar to matrices only. Let us see in this video one dimensional array. So this is the declaration, or so this is the initialization of one dimensional array. So to assign the values to array or to any variable, we can assign in the two types, like we can give from our end, and other type is like we can give or we can take the values to the variables from the output end, which is known as user end. At very first, let us see how to give the values to array or how to assign the values to array from the programmer end. Like we need to make equal. So you need to use curly braces like open and close curly braces. Inside this, you need to give the values like, so now in order to make any task with this, so the array itself contains a index number. So the operation or the work is done with the use of the index numbers. Like index numbers are like, so I will show here. So at 0th index, so you can take any array, the array is start from 0th index only. So at 0th index, like a square bracket of 0th index, see in this number is known as index number, but when we see here, it is a value of 5. So it is not a index number, it is a size of array. While initialization, this is known as the name size, and this is known as index number. While making a work on the array, so it is known as index number. So at 0th index, the value of 50 has been stored. Similarly, at the first index, at the a square bracket of 1, the value of 40 is going to store. Similarly with a of 2, a of 3, and a of 4. So if it is a maximum size of 5, then the last index of this is 4th index. So I think you have cleared the thing. I want to print the value of 30 from the a variable a array. Like here I am using percentage %d. After this I am using a square bracket of, so the 30 is stored in the index number. So 50 is at 0th index, and 1 and this 40 is at first index, and this 30 is at second index. So at the index number 2, the value of 30 is stored. So inside this square bracket, I want to use 2 index number. So if I run the program, so here you can see the value of 30 is successfully printed. Now let us see how to scan the values to this array from the output side or from the user end. So for this purpose, we need the use of the scanf statement. So before going to that, I want to clear you the something like three things. Like it is a maximum size of the array. So 5, it is a capable of storing 5 values. Suppose if I remove this thing, then also it is acceptable. Again, if you give more than the size of 5, like if you give 6 values, like I'm giving here 10 and here something 60 number, then 60 is belongs to something fifth index. So there is no thing like fifth index in this. So this treat as the 60 number as garbage value to this array. So you can't give the values which are now you can't give the values from more than the size of the array. So I want to clear these things to you. So you can give less than the array size or up to the array size, but more than the size of the array, you can't give the values to that array. See, let us take the values from the output end. So for that purpose, I am advising user like this. I'm using scanf statement. See, I want to miss one thing like the data is in this technical term it is known as elements. So the what element which is going to use for the data of the array. In order to store this element, I am using scanf statement. So it is of int data type. So we need to use format specifier as %d. So to store 5 values, I have given 5 %d format specifiers. After this, at first %d, I want to store the value to 0th index. Similarly, see, like this, I am taking the values from the output end using this scanf statement. In upcoming videos, we are going to use advanced scanf statement, like we are going to use loops. Inside that loops, we are assigning the scanf statement. So this is how we are taking the values from the output end as of now. So let us print one thing like a of 2. I want to print the element which are stored in the second index. So I have used like this. Now if I run the program, you can see here, enter the elements of array. Like here I am assigning the same values like 50, 40, 30, 20 and 10. Here you can see at the second index the value of 30 is going to store.